Donald Trump has been trying to get his diplomatic inroads with North Korea for over a year now, and the meetings haven't necessarily gone very well for America or for Donald Trump, but it turns out it's been going much worse for some of the negotiators on the North Korean side, according to South Korea's biggest newspaper that reports that multiple of the negotiators have been killed by North Korea because of the failure to get a deal with the US. After the February summit in Vietnam, where Trump and Kim failed to reach a nuclear deal, the regime in March killed 5 diplomats by firing squad at a Pyongyang airport. So I guess they got back, they weren't even allowed to go home, and then were gunned down. Now, we're gonna give you more details on this. Bear in mind that this is not what I would consider incredibly well-sourced information. There had been other reporting earlier this year that sort of hinted at these sorts of things, but the specifics are relying on a single source, so just bear that in mind. So among those who were killed was Kim Hyok Chol, North Korea's top working level nuclear negotiator, who served for months as America's key counterpart. Quote, he was accused of spying for the United States for poorly reporting on the negotiations without properly grasping US intentions. And so that seems to mean he didn't tell them enough about what happened in the room, and he didn't get a deal. It just sounds like he didn't get a deal, and so they killed him and 4 other people.
They don't want a deal. They want to do exactly what they've been doing.
You're talking about North Korea?
North Korea. They've always wanted to stay in power. That's where you draw the, that's where you can trace everything that Kim Jong-un does back to. Same with his father. They want to stay in power, and they'll do everything to stay in power. And one thing you can do to stay in power is to stay active in negotiating with the Americans, and then use that to ease sanctions so that people don't starve. When people are starving less, you go back to doing the thing that will eventually allow you to ease sanctions, which is get more sanctions on you. It was a disingenuous bargaining system from the get-go. I don't doubt that they kill a bunch of people there. People are treated terribly.
Yeah, and one of the saddest things, other than the fact that people died for just trying to do their job, is that if this does get asked to Donald Trump, he's just gonna defend the guy who ordered the executions. Right. Assuming that this reporting is accurate, and we gave you all those caveats, he likes the guy who kills people for not getting him a deal. And by the way, Donald Trump has surrounded himself with people who, like when I first saw this, I thought, man, if I was in that negotiating room in the future, wouldn't I be a little bit worried as a human that if I don't make a deal with this person, they will be killed? But take a look at this. Asked by ABC News about those reports, initial reporting on this on May 5th, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo smiled as he said, quote, it does appear that the next time we have serious conversations that my counterpart will be someone else.
He seems like a real nice guy.
Insanity. He's like, oh, I don't need to wait out North Korea. I just need to wait out you because you'll be killed.
It isn't that though. Well, I need to wait out you because you'll be killed.
Like I know, I'm not saying he personally thinks that necessarily, but he seems to think that it's funny that the people he negotiates with are murdered if there's no deal. It's
just the idea that his boss, Donald Trump, would love to have a setup like that. There's no doubt in my mind where he was like, if I don't like that person, I can have him killed. That's what the president wants.
Yeah, well, thankfully he's willing to just fire them for now. I think that's more humane, but yeah, this is a ridiculous, bizarre story.
Every time that Trump sides with Kim Jong-un against Biden, just realize what you're dealing with.
Exactly, yeah, I think we're aware of that. Some people might not be. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.